Do you season your meals with what you think are healthy ingredients, only to see your blood sugar spike later? It can be confusing and frustrating. Even when you're making mindful choices, certain everyday spices may be missing from your routine, leaving your blood sugar harder to control. Today on Healthy Aging with Nutrition, I'm sharing 3 powerful spices that you should start adding to your diet now, especially if you're managing diabetes or prediabetes. These are easy, affordable, and supported by real clinical research. For seniors over 60, small changes in diet can make a big impact. And when it comes to blood sugar control, the right spices aren't just about flavor, they can be powerful allies in balancing glucose naturally. Backed by science, these simple ingredients may help you avoid dangerous spikes, reduce inflammation, and even support insulin sensitivity. Before I dive into the details, make sure to like and subscribe to Healthy Aging with Nutrition for more science-backed tips designed to support seniors in living healthier, longer lives. Now, let's dive into the first spice you should add to your routine, and how it can help lower your blood sugar fast. Spice number 1, cinnamon. Do you think of cinnamon as just a cozy holiday flavor? You're not alone. But what if I told you that this everyday spice could be one of the most powerful natural tools for managing your blood sugar, especially if you're over 60? Let me tell you about Marie, a 68-year-old grandmother from Florida who thought she had her diabetes under control. Every morning, she took her meds, ate a low-fat breakfast, and tried to walk at least 20 minutes. But her blood sugar? Still spiking unpredictably after meals. That's when her daughter suggested something simple, adding half a teaspoon of cinnamon to her breakfast. At first, Marie laughed it off. "Cinnamon," she said. "That's just for toast." But then, her daughter showed her a study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition. The results were eye-opening. Participants with type 2 diabetes who consumed 1 to 6 grams of cinnamon per day saw their fasting blood glucose drop by up to 29% in just 40 days. That's not a small difference, it's life-changing. Cinnamon works by increasing insulin sensitivity and slowing the breakdown of carbohydrates in your digestive system. The result? Less sugar flooding your bloodstream, and more steady, sustained energy throughout the day. But here's an important note, not all cinnamon is created equal. Most store-bought varieties are cassia cinnamon, which contains a compound called coumarin, and in high amounts, it can stress your liver. That's why doctors from Harvard Health Publishing recommend switching to Ceylon cinnamon, often labeled as true cinnamon. It's safer for daily use and has a lighter, sweeter taste. Marie made the swap. She started adding Ceylon cinnamon to her morning oats, sometimes her coffee. And within a few weeks, her glucose monitor told the story: fewer spikes, more stability, and no more post-breakfast crashes. Try adding Ceylon cinnamon to oatmeal, smoothies, coffee, or roasted veggies. It also works well in yogurt, nut butters, or baked apples. Just 1/2 to 1 teaspoon daily can help balance blood sugar naturally. Have you ever tried cinnamon to help with blood sugar? What's your favorite way to use it, tea, smoothies, or something else? Share your experience in the comments below. Next, I'll introduce you to a spice most people have never heard of, yet it's been used for generations in India to fight diabetes. You won't want to miss it. Spice number 2, fenugreek. It may not be sitting in your spice rack right now, but it absolutely deserves a place. Fenugreek seeds are small, golden, and slightly bitter, but they pack a powerful punch. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Diabetes and Metabolic Disorders found that participants who consumed just 10 grams of fenugreek seeds daily saw a significant reduction in post-meal blood glucose levels. The seeds also helped lower LDL cholesterol, an added bonus for heart health, which is especially important for seniors managing diabetes. Let's go back to our story and talk about Ravi, a retired electrical engineer living in a quiet suburb of New Jersey. At 72, Ravi was doing everything by the book, taking his diabetes medications, watching his carbs, and going on daily walks. He was determined to stay on top of his health, but despite his efforts, his blood sugar was still a roller coaster, especially after meals. I remember running into him one morning during our usual walk in the park. That day, he seemed a little off, so I asked him how things were going. He sighed and said, "I'm doing all I can, but my blood sugar just won't behave. I've tried different diets, supplements, and even cut back on portions. Nothing's making a real difference." That's when I asked him, "Have you ever tried fenugreek tea in the morning?" He looked at me, a little surprised. "Fenugreek? Isn't that just a spice people use in Indian cooking?" I nodded. "Yes, but it's more than that. In my family, we've been using it for generations. My mother used to soak the seeds in water overnight, then drink the water first thing in the morning. It's a traditional remedy, and there's actually science behind it now. Studies have shown it helps regulate blood sugar by improving insulin sensitivity and slowing digestion." Ravi was curious enough to try it. That night, he soaked a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds in a cup of water. The next morning, he drank the water and chewed the seeds. "A bit bitter," he told me later, "but I've tasted worse." He stuck with it. Within 2 weeks, he began to feel different. The mid-afternoon crashes, those foggy, low-energy slumps, started to fade. And when he checked his blood sugar after lunch, the numbers were surprising. Instead of his usual 180s or 190s, his meter was reading in the 140s and 150s, a steady 20 to 30 point improvement on average. But the real change wasn't just in the numbers. Ravi had energy again. He felt clear-headed in the afternoons. He stopped needing his extra coffee fix. And when his grandkids came over, he wasn't just watching them play from the porch, he was in the yard, chasing them, laughing, fully engaged. At his next doctor's appointment, his physician looked at the chart and said, "Whatever you've added to your routine, Ravi, keep it up." And he has. One simple habit, a glass of fenugreek water in the morning, made a bigger difference than all the fancy powders and expensive diets he'd tried before. And the best part? It's natural and accessible to almost anyone. So, how do you use it? The simplest method is to soak 1 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds overnight in a cup of water. In the morning, drink the water and chew the softened seeds. You can also brew the seeds into a mild tea, or, if you prefer cooking, use ground fenugreek as a spice. It adds a slightly sweet, nutty depth to soups, curries, and lentil stews, and pairs beautifully with cumin and turmeric, making it both a flavorful and blood sugar-friendly addition to your meals. Just one heads up, fenugreek can interact with certain medications, especially blood thinners, so be sure to check with your doctor first. Simple habits can make a world of difference. Know someone who's also watching their blood sugar? Hit share, because better health should never be kept a secret. Finally, let's talk about one of the easiest and most affordable ways to support your blood sugar. No pills, just one spice you may already love. Spice number 3, turmeric. At 69, Judith, a retired school teacher from Oregon, was managing more than just lesson plans in her past. She dealt with chronic knee pain and creeping blood sugar numbers that were inching dangerously close to diabetic range. Her doctor gently warned her that she was heading into type 2 diabetes territory unless something changed. Rather than add another pill to her routine, Judith turned to a natural option she had read about in a nutrition newsletter, turmeric. She began adding just a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric to her vegetable soup every afternoon. On cooler nights, she sipped on golden milk, a comforting mix of turmeric, milk, and a pinch of black pepper. Within a few weeks, something shifted. Her joints felt less stiff. Her energy returned. And the biggest surprise? Her blood sugar levels after meals became more stable, no more sharp spikes or afternoon crashes. Judith's story mirrors what researchers have found about turmeric's key compound, curcumin. According to Harvard Health, curcumin helps improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and lower fasting glucose levels. A notable study in diabetes care followed pre-diabetic individuals for 9 months. Those who took curcumin supplements had a 16% improvement in insulin sensitivity, and none developed full-blown diabetes, while 16% of the placebo group did. One important note: curcumin isn't easily absorbed on its own. But when paired with black pepper, which contains piperine, absorption increases by up to 2,000%, according to research published in Plantamedica. Here are a few easy ways to use turmeric. Add it to soups, eggs, or lentil stews. Blend it into a smoothie or golden milk. Or try turmeric tea as part of a calming evening ritual. Thinking about adding turmeric to your daily routine? If you've tried it, or you're ready to give it a go, drop the word turmeric in the comments below. Share how you're using it or tell us how you plan to add it to your meals. Let's inspire each other to stay healthy. Take a moment now to reflect on the 3 powerful spices you can start using today to help manage your blood sugar naturally: cinnamon, fenugreek, and turmeric. These everyday ingredients might seem simple, but each one is backed by science, and they work with your body, not against it. Adding these spices into your meals can help you reduce blood sugar spikes, improve insulin sensitivity, and protect against long-term complications like heart disease, nerve damage, and kidney issues. And the best part? These changes don't require fancy diets or expensive supplements. They're easy, affordable, and right there in your kitchen. Even small steps, like adding turmeric to your soup or cinnamon to your oatmeal, can have a real impact on your energy, mood, and overall health. If you found this video helpful, don't wait, hit the like button and subscribe to Healthy Aging with Nutrition for more science-backed tips on managing blood sugar. Share this video with your loved ones. One simple click could make a huge difference in their health. For more essential tips on diabetes management, check out my Nutrition for Diabetes and Blood Sugar Control playlist. I've also included the link in the description below. Your journey to better health starts now. Take action before it's too late. Thank you for watching. Take charge of your health, and I'll see you in the next video.